So I was recently invited to speak to a high school class, and I normally talk to audiences that are much older, so I didn't want to put the kids to sleep, and so I decided to start the session with an interactive quiz on nutrition. It went pretty well, so I decided to share it here with you guys in case somebody is interested. So I'll show some of the footage. This is over Zoom, and I have to blur out the faces of the students for legal reasons. The questions start pretty easy, and then they get a little harder towards the end, but it's never super hard. I mean, this was a high school class, so for the mega nutrition nerds out there, I added a bonus question. If the main question is too easy for you, there's a bonus question, a harder one, in the subtitles. So we'll go over the questions, pause the video if you need more time to think, and then in the end, we'll go over all the answers. All right? Have fun. If we start easy, just to get warmed up, who can tell me what an essential nutrient is?
Pause video to think. Next question coming up.
What is you guys' idea of a superfood?
Pause video to think. Next question coming up.
Who can name a good source of omega-3s?
Pause video to think. Next question coming up.
What is the #1 cause of death in humans on Earth?
Pause video to think. Next question coming up.
So heart disease, the most common one is it's called atherosclerosis, right? The formation of this plaque in the wall of the arteries. How early would you guys guess that can be seen? At what age can we see, not plaque, but let's say the beginning of the lesions?
Pause video to think. Next question coming up.
What's a macronutrient?
Pause video to think. Next question coming up.
This one should be fun. Which has more calories? A gram of carbohydrate, a gram of fat, or a gram of protein?
Pause video to think. Next question coming up.
We're getting to the end of the questions that I had. So this one is a bit harder. Since you guys are killing this anyway, an example of an essential fat.
Pause video to think. Next question coming up.
Last one, I think it's the last one I had. What's the vitamin that plays a really important role in coagulation and blood clotting?
What?
Blood clotting.
Pause video to think.
So that was the quiz, guys. Let's take a look at the answers. In the meantime, let me know in the comments if you thought that was too easy or too hard or just right. I'm curious where everybody is. So the first question was, what's an essential nutrient? I think most people probably got this right or in the vicinity. It's something that your body needs to function properly and that it doesn't make enough of. And then the bonus question was to mention 2 of them. There are many possibilities. There are amino acids like methionine or leucine. There are fatty acids like alpha-linolenic acid. There are vitamins like vitamin C. So many possibilities. The second question was about superfoods, and this one is a bit of a trick question. The reality is superfoods is not a scientific term. There's no such thing in nutrition science. It's a marketing term. There are definitely healthier and less healthy foods, but every single food can be replaced in the diet. There is no single food that is necessary. The third question was about sources of omega-3s, and here's the answer.
Chia seeds.
Chia seeds, good. Yeah.
Generally nuts.
Nuts, okay, great. Yeah. Yeah. Nuts and seeds in general are good sources of omega-3s. Fish and seafood also good sources of long-chain omega-3s. So yeah, those are great examples.
Algae also, there's a certain type of algae. Seaweed.
Yes.
Algae.
Yes. Algae have that's a good point. Because actually the fish get it from the algae. The fish don't produce the DHAs and EPAs, these long-chain omega-3s. That's a good point. And then the bonus question was to specify a source of ALA and a source of EPA, DHA. The footage already touched on it, but ALA could be, for example, walnuts, and EPA, DHA could be fish, fatty fish especially, seafood, or algae. Question 4 was about the #1 cause of death for humans. I imagine most viewers of this channel probably got that right. It's cardiovascular disease, and the percentage is about 25% worldwide for the bonus question. Question 5 was about the artery lesions and how early in life they start. Here's the answer, and here's how the students guessed.
7.
7 is very young, but it's younger.
3.
3 is very young, but it's younger than 3.
1. I think you're born 0.
It's younger than 0. They've actually shown the beginning of the lesions in utero, in the womb. Obviously, this is the beginning stages. It's not advanced plaque, but it's been shown in several studies that fetuses already have the beginning of the disease. And also, of course, this is more common if the mother smokes or if the mother has very high cholesterol. These things will increase the likelihood. But yeah, the beginning of the disease, this is amazing, right? Because this kills more humans than anything else. People will die from this in their 50s, 60s, 70s. And the disease is starting all the way back. So it's incredible how progressive and how insidious this is. Question 6 was macronutrients. What's a macronutrient? The typical definition is that it's a major component of the diet that provides energy, that provides calories. 3 main ones are carbs, protein, and lipids, fats. Then there are 2 conditional ones that are usually not mentioned because they don't quite fit the definition. Water. Water is a nutrient. It's not technically a macronutrient because it doesn't contain calories. And then alcohol sometimes is mentioned. It does provide calories, but it isn't a major component of the diet. Well, depends who you ask, right? Ideally. Question 7 was about calories. I imagine a lot of viewers got that right as well. So lipids, fats have 9 calories per gram, and then protein and carbs have 4 calories per gram each. And then alcohol has 7 calories per gram. That one is less commonly known. So if you got that one right, brag in the comments. Just a quick clarification that in all rigor, it's kilocalories. So 4 kilocalories, 9 kilocalories. But in colloquial terms, people almost always say calorie, but this is what they mean, and it's become kind of interchangeable. But if you see kcal, kilocalories, in a textbook or on a website, don't get confused. We're talking about the same thing as long as the number is the same. Question 8, we're almost done. Question 8 was about essential fats, and we've already touched on that a little bit, but just to give more detail, there are 2 essential fats, linoleic acid and alpha-linolenic acid, and they're both PUFAs, polyunsaturated fats. And then there are some that are called conditional essential. So these long-chain omega-3s, EPA, DHA, and so it's debatable. It has to do with conversion rates, but the 2 standard essential ones are LA and ALA. And finally, question 9, the vitamin that plays a fundamental role in coagulation was, of course, vitamin K, and the 4 liposoluble vitamins are A, D, E, and K. Let me know how you did. Did you nail it? Too hard? Too easy? Here's a video on alcohol and heart disease. Is it better to drink moderately or not at all? And here's one about water. Is it true that we need to drink 8 glasses of water every day? Or is that a myth? Check those out. Let me know your thoughts. Take care. I'll see you next time.